everyone, it's Deja Yetmir from CrochetEverAfter.com, and right now we're going to do our newest motif of the month, the triangle granny square. This is a very easy and customizable motif. Once you get the pattern repeat, you can make it as big or as small as you want. I'm also going to show you how to change colors, fasten off and weave in your ends, and all the different ways that you can join this up to make lots of different projects. So grab some yarn and a hook and let's get started. I have this in the background so I can show you how it forms up as we work. So this is Knit Picks Brava worsted that I'm using, and this color is Fig. So I have Fig and Cream, which are the two colors. Fig is the greener color and the cream is the cream color. So to begin, what I'm going to do is chain 4. Usually granny squares will have an open circle in the center. You can do a magic adjustable loop if you don't want the open center. I like it because it kind of creates the pattern of the other open holes. So it's up to you. If you want to do the open hole, do what I'm doing. If you want a completely closed hole, you can do a magic adjustable loop. Let me do my slip knot. Make your tail long enough that you can weave it in easy. And I'm going to chain 4, which is going to give me just enough space to work into after I join it. So to join it in the round, let me actually move this out of the way because it's probably visually distracting. You're just going to go and slip stitch into that first chain you made to join your round. So you can catch one loop, 2 loops, whatever you want. You're going to work around the entire thing. As you can see, the beginning chain is completely hidden, so don't worry about what you catch, just as long as you're joining it up. So I slip stitch to join, and then I have a little hole right in the center there. And that's what I'm going to be working into. So our round 1 instructions tell us to chain 3, and all of our chain 3s count as a double crochet throughout the whole pattern. So I'm going to do 2 double crochets into my ring now. So I yarn over and find that hole. Once you do a couple, the hole opens up a lot easier. It can get a little difficult to work into something so small, so kind of just hold on to it with everything that you've got so that it's not flopping around as you work, so your stitches stay more consistent. So I'm going to do a second one, and then it tells me to chain 4, so I create my chains. Notice I push my loop to my hook every time I do a chain, and that gives me nice even chains that are nice and closed. So if you don't put an edging on your work, your chains will still look nice. The ones that you're working over, which you'll see how we do that in a bit, you're not going to see, but just get in the habit of making nice chains in case they are visible. Then I'm going to double crochet 3 times into this center ring again. And that chain 3 that we made at the very beginning is counting as one of the group of 3s that we're making. And I'll explain that a little bit more in a second. So I do 3 double crochets in the ring. And then again I'm going to chain 4. I believe the pattern tells you to BC 3 times in ring and chain 4 as a repeat. Pull out some yarn here. And then I'm going to double crochet 3 more times. You can work your tail into it. I like to weave it in after just to get it more secure, because if you're just kind of weaving it into the circle, it can not be quite enough because that's a small circle. So I'll save it so I can actually sew it in at the end. So I got 3. And then I'm going to chain 4 to finish off this first round. I'm going to join my round by slip stitching into the top of my chain 3. So you can either look at the first double crochet you made and go one to the right to find your top chain, or you can count the actual chain. So you can say 1, 2, and 3. And I like to catch 2 loops when I join my rounds, just to make it less noticeable. It's when I grab 2 loops, it doesn't pull on my other chains. If I just grabbed 1 loop, I'll show you what happens. I'll just grab this back loop and pull, and you can see that it pulls on the other chains and makes that loop really big. So that can make a kind of an ugly looking join. So try to catch 2 loops. If you pull on it, you can see I have my back loop and I have kind of the bottom bump. So I just go under both of those and slip stitch to join. So you can see that I have 3 groups, and that's creating my triangle. I have the chain 3 with this group of 3 double crochets, then these 3 and these 3, and these are going to be my corners. So my chain 4s are all my corners. This is what I just made, this portion here. Now with the next round I'm going to start working into those chains and making my triangle larger. So I'm going to chain 3 for the first stitch. Because I count this as my first stitch, that means I don't work in to the stitch below. That's an actual stitch, so I always go to the next stitch. So I'm going to double crochet into that next stitch. Then I'm going to double crochet into the stitch after. And then my corner repeat for every corner that I make from now on until I don't want to make this bigger anymore. I'm going to double crochet 3 times, chain 4, and double crochet 3 times. So I go all the way around my chain. I don't find loops, I just easily work around the entire chain. So to do that, I reach through the center, and then I yarn over, and I pull back through, and I finish my double crochet. So I'm going to do that 3 times, because I'm continuing this side of my triangle. Now I'm going to chain 4 to make my corner. Pull out some more slack here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to double crochet 3 times down this side of my corner. So I got 1, 2, and 3. Then I'm just going to simply double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So I'm going to catch both loops and double crochet. Nothing fancy. And I'll be at my corner again. So again, I'm going to double crochet 3 times, chain 4, double crochet 3 times right in that corner, and I'm going to repeat the same process for this next side. So let me do those, and I'm going to come right here to the end of this corner so we can join up, and I'll show you what we do next.